Hello and welcome back to a Monday with myself, Scott Jones, and Andy Leake, bringing
Hello.
you the You Matter Chat Show. How are you doing, Mr. Leake?
Oh, I'm very, very well. Thank you, Scott. Yourself?
Mate, not too bad for a Monday. Not too bad.
Yeah, no, very, very well.
Yeah, it's always good being on this show, so it always brightens up my Monday.
It does, yeah. It starts the week off quite positively, doesn't it? Linda's in already. Look, blank. She's even come on and not put a comment just to get there quickly. She's just pressed enter just so she can be the first.
If you think, Linda, you're getting a prize being first, then you're incorrect. You won't. No.
It's from there, nothing. Yeah. She's. I've got a book you could win here. Tim Peake's View of the World while he was in the International Space Station. You could have that back as a prize if you want it. Yeah, I've got that here. It's very good. Some fantastic photos. If you'd like to win that back, you can have that as a prize.
Yeah. So you're making dreams happen. That's what we do here.
Yeah,
and you're returning a book as a prize.
I mean, yeah. I think it makes it look good.
Yeah, mate. You won't get that anywhere else.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
John is with us. Good evening, John. Linda is also now said good evening. She took a bit of time out to write a comment. So good evening to you both. Anybody else who's on, get in the comments, say hello, let us know you're here, and let us know what you've been up to during the week. What's everyone been doing? I've got some news that I'm going to announce in a bit, but wait for the show's gone for a little bit.
We have technically been away 2 weeks because last week was bank holiday, so we made a last-minute decision, which meant we didn't really put any posts out to not do the show because Scott was very busy and I was very busy and weekend and bank holiday and all that. So you've actually had a couple of weeks, so you must have done summit over the weekends. I've been to Ludlow Castle and went to Eastnor Castle fireworks display the other night as well. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night.
No. Yeah. I was going to say, all I've seen your Facebook at the moment is you travelling places.
Yeah, we do.
A massive traveller.
Yeah, we've got this new philosophy, mate, and I can highly recommend it. I won't do any reviews on it, but obviously Rachel works in a very busy environment like she does, and I do all my chores and tasks in Monday to Friday. So when you got all that stuff you got to do at home, like hoovering and mowing the lawn, all that shitty, horrible stuff that you normally do at weekends.
Yeah.
Now do that in the week, so that I guarantee that the weekend's always kept for things that revitalise and make us smile and all that good stuff. So so we are getting around a bit. And you got your football, haven't you? Your footy.
Yes. So weekends for me are reserved for football.
Yeah.
I did have quite a busy weekend of football on the bank holiday.
Yeah, you did.
Always good. At the Wolves under 23 games at Agron on the Friday.
Yeah.
Then Harrows were away to Southport on the Saturday. Then on the Monday we're at home to Chester. That was a great win.
Yeah.
So we kept me quite busy over the bank holiday. That and had a bit of DJing going on in between. So
lovely, wasn't it? And there was a quiz last Wednesday at the Cavalier, was it?
Yeah, quiz last Wednesday at Cavalier. Yeah. Lumen Shuttle the Wednesday before that.
He's all over the place. You tell me I'm travelling. Well, your travelling's like in an 8 mile radius, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, I know I'm out and about a bit, but I can't really call it travelling. I could walk to most of them.
Yeah. No, it's nice to spend the weekends doing things you like that make you smile, to be fair. So that's highly recommended from both of us, I think, there. Keep the weekends things you like doing and make you smile. Who else we got on?
NMS is with us. It says evening, lads, and everyone. NMS to everyone. That's lovely. Everyone.
I hope your recovery is going well, NMS. We did speak last week, but I hope it's all going well.
And John has told us what he's been up to. So he went to Kilgetty on a 7-day holiday. It was very nice and lots of sunshine. Where is that, John? I mean, I'm not quite sure.
Let's have a guess. I'm going to Scotland.
I was thinking it sounds like Scotland, doesn't it?
Well, it could be Ireland, couldn't it?
Yeah,
I'm going to Scotland.
My first thought was Scotland, so I'm going to stick with Scotland.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Scotland.
Face is with us. She said, "Evening, geezers. Evening, Face." NMS says, "You get around, we will get about, don't you, Scotty? Don't get spreading those rumours."
No. If he's not camping outside your house, he's travelling up the areas.
There, John's going to be on Black Country Radio this coming Thursday, even if anyone's listening in.
Is that Barry Bethel? Is that his name?
I've got quite a few good links with Black Country Radio. So one of the guys that started it off, because it's like a community sort of station. He used to be the presenter on the sports show when I was commentating at The Wire. So an old colleague of mine. And when he first started, I was on. It was called The Bridge originally, Bridge Radio in Stairbridge, and I made a few guest appearances on a couple of shows. But so yeah, I'll have a listen, John. I'm a big fan of what Black Country Radio does.
So what time's that, John? What time are you on? Do you know, or is that live or pre-recorded, or?
Yeah, let us know what time.
Yeah.
I said I'll listen, but I could be there all day waiting.
Yeah, when I had my courier company way back when, we did a sponsored a radio show, or we sponsored the traffic on The Wire.
Okay.
Ace FM or something like that before that, and then it changed.
Yeah, before it was The Wire, before he got his license, when it was an RSL, which is a restricted site, restricted something license.
Yeah.
That was Ace FM then, yeah.
Yeah, it's Ace FM, not The Wire. Yeah, we sponsored the traffic. Remember, what's the matter? I've got a hot dog under my lap, so I'm not naked or anything like that. I've got a hot dog licking my legs.
Can you just check? Are you want to make an actual dog that's hot, or have you just got sausage in a bun?
I'm going to show you so that it's so that you all believe me that she's under my table. There she is.
There's Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie.
There you go.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm just
always getting an appearance on the show from Bonnie.
Yeah. She's sat under the table there, licking me to death. Yeah, because she's very hot and very flustered.
Yeah. So, Banks thinks that Kilgetty is in Bradford.
Bradford.
NMS says she used to love The Wire. And says, "Oh, bless her, they're struggling in this heat."
I do. Yeah.
He's got to wait till later on to go for a walk.
Yeah. She goes out, but my daughter's been around this afternoon, and she'll lie in the garden in the intense heat for like half an hour, go to sleep, and then come back in and pant for the next 7 hours. And you're thinking, what's the matter with you? But we can't walk them, can we? That's the problem till, a couple of hours, probably about 9:30, something like that. I'll take it for a stroll. Kilgetty is in South.
So
he's cheated. He's cheated.
I have cheated a little bit. Before you put that, I did look to see where it was.
South Bradford.
We were both wrong, and Face is also wrong. Unbelievably, it's not in South Bradford. It's Pembrokeshire.
Pembroke, so it's in England then. So it's in Pembrokeshire. So it's in South Wales then. South Wales, isn't it?
South Wales, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite. It's like South Wales, but like right sort of west of Wales as well, sort of area.
Yeah, it's like watching location. This isn't it? Look at this all over.
Description. I mean, I'm struggling with it, and I'm actually looking at the map.
It's over there. It's over there somewhere around by that place. Yeah.
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 So yeah, so John has shared with us what he's been up to. Let us know what you've been up to. If you've got any news as well. I've got some news, but again, we'll wait a little bit longer, keep the suspense going. For news. Yeah. Also, me and John have got some news that you've probably heard before because we mentioned it a few times. But we'll both be appearing at the Glee Club in Birmingham on the 21st of November. So we're going to start our training soon for a comedy night. So me and John will both be on stage in about 10 minutes each. If you want to come and watch John be a hero and watch me fail, then that's the show to be at. That's where it will all happen. So make sure you're there. I will be talking about tickets soon when we know a bit more. So yeah, come and see us. Why not? John will be funny. I'll be funny to look at.
You'll attempt. Well, no, I'm sure you'll have the banter. You'll have it now by then. You've got another 8 weeks-ish, 8-10 weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, that's no problem, mate, is it?
Yeah, nail it. What else we got saying on? Face saying to the right of South Wales, you ever thought of being a traffic reporter?
I knew what I meant, and it made sense to me. So that's all that matters.
Depends how you're looking at the right of South Wales. And if you to the right of South Wales, if you're looking at it flat, is England, and if it's to the right of South Wales, if you're looking at it from the other side, it's the Atlantic, isn't it?
Yeah, if you look at the map, it's actually to the left. It's west. I said right, but west. It kind of didn't make sense of it. But
Never eat shredded wheat.
do you know that is how when I was doing it? That's what I worked out.
Yeah.
Or
there's that one, and then there's what's the one you remember from school?
the one I remember.
September.
See, the one I go for: never ever support Wolves.
Yes, that was always one, wasn't it? Never ever. Irish Seas. It's the Irish Sea. So I see even I'm rubbish, and I'm rubbish at that. I said the Atlantic, didn't I?
So join us next week for a tour of the world with Scott and Andy as we talk about all places and all around the world.
You think
we know them all, to be fair. We know everything about it.
You think Michael Palin's Round the World in 80 Days was good? Oh, you want to wait till we get going?
Yeah. I reckon we can do it in 60 minutes.
It'll take us 80 days to get to Tenby the way we're going.
You should just go all the way around the world to get to it.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be funny, mate, because John says even if you say nothing, you'll look funny.
Exactly. And that's the only thing I'll go for. So I'm just funny looking.
Linda's got every faith in you. Faith is corrected. It's the Irish Sea. Terrible geography. Always send people who ask for directions in the wrong way that you're thinking. You can't twist it around. Okay. I remember years ago, a little bit of a different story. I went sea fishing with a couple of mates. And we went to, one mate actually, I think. And we went to Mumbles in Swan. Can't even get that right. Look, went to Mumbles in Swan. I can tell you that I was driving my Mark II RS 2000 Snoop nose car, my white one. My childhood.
Did you say Snoop Dogg's car then?
Snoop Dogg's one with a pointy front, and I'd saved up all my pennies. I'd always wanted one, and I managed to get one, and then somebody stole it, which was nice. I could never afford another one after. But anyway, so we went to Mumbles in Swansea, sea fishing, and we couldn't find the bed and breakfast. So me and my mate, to be fair, it was in the days when obviously driving was a lot more lenient to what you could do while you were driving, and there was a lot of people on the side. We couldn't find a bed and breakfast, so we were stopping up alongside people and just going, because it was the Mumbles, and we thought it was really funny. No one thought it was funny at all, but we always laugh about it now. We just kept putting it up against people going, excuse me.
Do you not think there's always those moments where you think you're hilarious, but like everyone else like,
we did.
How are they doing? Like, was that funny?
We thought we were hysterical, just putting it up to these local people in Mumbles and mumbling them, asking them directions and driving off. Always remember it though. Always remember it though.
How many people do you think do that when they go up there?
Yeah, probably.
I think they're the first to do it.
Probably. And I went to Edinburgh once on a job, and I couldn't find where I needed to go, and I pulled up, and there was a guy on the side of the road asked directions, and I might as well have asked Rab C. Nesbitt. He waffled on for probably 3 or 4 minutes. And in the end, he went and I went, cheers, mate, thanks so much. And I just drove to the garage and got a map because I have absolutely no idea what he said to me. No idea what he said to me at all. I am hilarious, RW. I am hilarious.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
Face went to Bristol once and ended up in Benidorm.
I mean, that's what we all tell the wife, isn't it? But what are you doing in Benidorm? I was going to Bristol.
So how did that happen, Face? How did that happen? Give us the summary of that story. How did that happen? How did you go to Bristol and end up in Benidorm?
Yeah, we want the lowdown.
Yeah, we want to know how that happened. How that happened unexpectedly.
So I think, and it's time that I reveal some news.
Okay, mate. I'm excited. Do we need a drum roll or something?
I think it might be up a bit too much a drum roll.
Okay.
But it's exciting that a couple of weeks ago I got a phone call from ITV producers. And they basically said, we've heard that you're looking to start dating. And I said, well, these are rumours going around on the chat show, but I've not confirmed them yet. I said, well, we've actually got a dating show that we want you to be on. So we just need to go through a few auditions with you. I've now been accepted onto this dating show. But I've just got to wait to see if they film in the area. Is Bonnie excited?
Yeah, she's well chuffed. Well chuffed.
Yeah. And if there's enough like sort of people in the area doing it, they find a match for me, then I will be on the show. So yeah, I could be called up any time for filming. They give you 3 weeks notice. So I'm on the books now. I've just got to wait to see if I get matched up with anyone.
So do we know what the show's called?
I know what it's called. Yeah.
Go on, then.
It's called Dinner Dates, and I believe it's on ITV2.
Do you have to cook?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of it. So it depends which. So there's two lads. So we'll have three boys and one girl.
Okay.
Or 3 girls and 1 boy.
Yeah.
And what happens is the one that's got 3, each one will cook. For the person, and then the person that's just the one will go to all 3 houses and have a quick date with them. And then after, they have to choose one person out of the 3 to go on a proper date with, and the other 2 just get left with like a microwavable meal. So they'll basically have to get ready, have to get dressed to go out. They don't tell you like until the last minute. So you get dressed, ready to go on a date. But then you get a knock at the door and you answer it, and there's either the girl there for me, or if it's me, like obviously there'll be a girl answering the door. But then the other 2 that didn't get picked just open the door and there's a microwavable meal.
It's a bit harsh, isn't it? So it's a bit like going on tour then, really, isn't it? I suppose.
So what I want to be is the person that's like on their own. Then you get to go to like 3 houses and try and get cooked for, and then go to a restaurant at the end of it. So to me, I'm not looking at that as like potential dates. I'm looking at that 4 meals.
Yeah. So you could get 3 posh meals or 3 home cooked meals, and then regardless, you'll get a date as well, won't you?
Yeah. That's a win-win, isn't it?
Do you have a say whether you're the 1 or the 3, or they just tell you?
No, it just depends on how many matches they get in the area. So if they got 3 girls that I thought would match me, then I would be the guy. If they think that there's a girl that matched 3 lads and I'm one of them, then I'd be cooking.
Well,
yeah, NMS has said you get a small bottle of wine with the microwave meal as well. No expense spared.
Yeah, is that off an airport?
I mean, I'm guessing it's like the cheapest wine ever, but
you need to go on Take Me 8, Scott Face is saying, who earlier said he was smuggling when he was in breaded form. Okay, I'll leave that one just there then, I think.
Well, also, I'd like to say that you and Rachel are more suited than you think, because she also came up with the same thing as you. Yeah. Are you on the Undateables?
She did, yeah. Well, to be fair, it's the only dating show I know. So for me, it was the only one I've got. Rachel, she may have more under her belt, but it's it makes us compatible.
Yeah, well, that's it. But so I've got to wait to find out whether or not that I do get sort of a match and get picked, but who knows?
When will you know?
I could be married before you know it.
When will you know?
They're filming at the moment up until the end of October for this series, but basically, if I don't get considered this series and do the next one, I'm still in the pot.
Yeah. Okay. What did you wear? What did you wear for your interview? Was it a Zoom?
Yeah, I thought it was a Zoom.
What did you wear? What did you have? How did you charm them?
By doing a Rubik's Cube in less than 2 minutes.
Did you?
That was my party trick. This basically, it said we'll ask you about what your party trick is, so get something prepared. So I went and did the Rubik's Cube.
And did you do it under 2 minutes?
Or 1 minute 51.
Nice. NMS wants to know if she's got to buy a hat.
I wouldn't get it quite yet, but I'd start looking. Start looking at them. Just so you know what you're going to get when the time gets there.
What, narrowing it down?
Yeah, just so you know what you're looking at. Just so when you do need a hat, it's ready, because it's not far away. It's not. I'm a quick mover. I'll meet her, be married within 5 months. So
Feet first Jones, they call him. Yeah.
And there's a few reasons why they call me that. Yeah.
Facing the guy walking up them steps on my own while everybody starts singing all by myself. Is that take me out? Is it? Is that what happens at the end?
Yeah.
Again,
So
I need help with these programs.
If you're on Take Me Out and you don't get like all the lights go up before you get to the last round, then you have to walk up the steps and they play All By Myself and the whole crowd are like singing it and waving their arms. And you have to walk to the top and wave back to them.
Yeah. Okay.
So what would make it worse for me is I'd definitely fall up the steps.
Fall up the steps.
So I was like since we've last spoke, I've been a groomsman at a wedding, and I had to walk down the. It's a bit like a usher.
Okay.
And I had to walk one of the bridesmaids down the aisle.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realise until about 2 minutes before we had to do this walk that we started from right at the back, which there's steps in between. And I was petrified that I was gonna like stumble downstairs. And the bridesmaid I was walking down the stairs was pregnant at the time. So for me, it was like double. I'm gonna fall down the stairs and take him with me. So,
right.
oh, excuse me.
Did you get on all right? Obviously you did.
You give me 2 minutes.
Oh, he's going to wait to choke. He's going to have a coughing fit. Well, there you go. Scott's had to knock it on the head because he's either getting ultra excited about the fact his doorbell's gone and he thinks it's a date, or he's having a coughing fit by the look of it. He's got the vid. You've got the Rona, as they call it in Wales. When we went to Wales the other day, actually, or a few weeks ago, it was before lockdown sort of ended. We went to Wales, Rachel and I, and there was a sign on the side of the road that said, Welsh COVID restrictions apply. And I thought, I didn't know they got their own variant. I was like, bloody hell, Welsh COVID, what does that do? Anyway, he's back. He's obviously got rid of his coughing fit. He's returned.
If I disappear again, it's come back, but I should be all right. I'm just...
He was a quick mover then, NMS, wasn't he there? To be fair, he was gone, wasn't he? Didn't want to run the show. We carried on. We carried on regardless, smooth as you like, wasn't it, that?
No, that was... I mean, you handled that like a pro.
I did. Yeah. I am back at work, John. We went back to work on Thursday, but the children came back into the school today.
Yeah, we go. How was it? How was it having everyone back for the first time?
Gary Cameron, hello. Say again.
How was it having everyone back for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really just an informal sort of settling in. They're all in new classes, or they've got up into the upper school, which is on the same grounds. So it was really just a case of get them back in, let them sort of mingle with their new classmates. Although they know them anyway, but sort of mingle, bit informal, settling in period. So tomorrow will be similar, and then the lesson structures will start sort of Wednesday, Thursday. So that'll be where the things might hit home. But yeah, it's just, I think a lot of them, I'll be very honest, I think a lot of them, due to what they have to deal with outside of school, were very excited to come back to school, which is the saddest part of my job, but that's for another day and another story.
Yeah. So what we found at the college was it seemed like a lot of the lecturers were quite nervous about starting back, because it's actually been about 2 years since they've stood up in front of a class and talked, because they've been doing it on Teams where, like, they've been in their own room and a lot of people have the cameras off anyway, but now they're suddenly back in a room, and it's kind of like, something that they'd normally be fine with this and they did every day. It was a bit strange for them today, because like they were doing it again for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, because we haven't, because we are classed as a vulnerable school, we were open, so we didn't shut down. I think we only shut down when there was a COVID case, but as a whole, we've kept going because obviously the kids are classed as vulnerable, and sort of they had a period where everybody was there was a little period, but as a whole, we have kept the school open as much as we can. So it's not that new. It's just the new, 6 weeks for some of these kids being away is like a lifetime for you and I. So, they might have been at school a year or two, but coming back is like starting all over again. And as I say, some of their lives outside school, coming to school is actually their respite. So a lot of them were very excited to come back and see some familiar faces, I think, which is lovely, but very sad as well. But yeah, no, it's just them settling back in for a couple of days, and then they'll be back into some sort of structure and routine.
That's it. So, and anybody else who's going back to something they haven't done for a while. You know, just remember that you used to smash it before, and you can smash it again.
You can, and I've got a new job starting on the 1st of October. That's my new. I forgot about that. I forgot completely about that.
We're asking for good news. I'll put that up there, mate, with some good news.
I have to try and back off because I can get overly good news and everything, don't I? So I try and keep my stuff a little bit behind the scenes because it's
positive vibes only, yeah, mate. We love positive vibes.
I know we do, Matt. I know we do, but I am a bit mindful of. But yeah, so I started a new job on the 1st of October. So I finished this one 30th of September, day off, and then into the new job on the Monday. So
something similar?
No, unfortunately not. It's just, and that's again quite open about it. It's a financial reason I've had to move, purely financial. The job I do is absolutely amazing, and I love it to bits. To be fair, from that, but the money's just not in that world. It's just there's just no money in that world. So unfortunately, I've had to take a jump and go back to corporate world, really, in a way. So I've gone into recruitment, which I've never done, but it's executive recruitment in Stairbridge, looking for directors and things like that. So, but it's a financial decision. Unfortunately, those things happen, don't they? We have to pay bills. So so I'm going back into the corporate world. For a period of time at least, anyway. Yeah.
So just confirm with Face's comment, that's not KFC.
It's not KFC. No, it's not. No, it's a recruitment agency in Stairbridge, executive recruitment. So it's a little bit different from the high street stuff, but it's purely a financial reason. But I'm looking forward to it in a weird way, and I'm also a little bit apprehensive in another because I said I'd never go back to that world, but needs must. And one day I won't need it, so it'll be good.
There we go. Well, is it Tracy Gary? Not sure which one we're talking to. But back to work tomorrow after a while out, and then nervous. Like I said, don't be nervous because you used to do so well at it, so you can still do it.
So what are you doing, Tracy? What are you going back to? What's your return role? What is it? Is it factory? Is it retail? What are you going back into? Face can direct traffic. I'm sure he could get him a job as a PA, parking attendant. Thank you, NMS. NHS, okay. A lot of NHS people in our little community. And you've been a while out, Tracy, for, when you say a while, a few weeks or?
Yeah, well.
One's been back into a care home twice now, and the prison system, I assume. Once, strange but nice. It is strange, and I think Rachel and I went to a couple of gigs a few weeks ago, our first ones for obviously like everybody else. But it was strange going back into a crowded environment. I've been up the Wolves a couple of times in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. And that was okay, but going to these gigs about a couple of months, 6 weeks ago, was a bit odd. Was a little bit odd.
See, John, when you go to these prisons and you maybe think it's like a little bit rougher on it, you should go to Molineux.
Yeah.
Andy has suffered massively having to go to Molineux.
Yeah, I have. It's been a roller coaster of a stadium. That certainly is. NMS saying to Tracy, Gary, or Tracy, let's just stick with Tracy. So worthwhile. We need all you peeps. We do, absolutely,
100%.
Yeah.
And from everyone, and we've said it so many times, NHS workers have been incredible, always are, and I think everybody has an appreciation for them.
They do. Absolutely amazing job that they do before, during, and after COVID. Unsung heroes, aren't they? Face got offered a job in Lou last week, but turned them down. What was that doing, Face? What was you doing? And why did you turn them down?
I feel like with Face that there's a punchline.
Yeah. A few weeks out.
Yeah, CPM, cerebral palsy at Midlands.
Oh, okay. Cheers, John. Thank you, John.
Yeah. Trace is a few weeks out, but needs to get back to normality. John, have you started your script, Scott? I've been putting some little bits together. Obviously, I'm waiting for the training before I start going full on into it. But I have got some ideas around what I'll be doing and a few little skits around it. I'm just not doing too much because the professional will read it and go, "That's a load of crap, mate. You need to do something else." So I'm not putting too much effort in just yet. But yeah, there's a few things up here ready. yeah, Tracy and Rachel both say thanks for the support of the NHS. NMS says absolutely no question. Again, referring to the NHS being heroes. And Face was same job, maintenance manager. It's a bit isolated in Lewis and not for me. I mean, there's surely a joke there about the job being a bit poo and stuff. But
they pay quite well, don't they, down there? Because everybody's really quite well off, aren't they? They're quite sort of flush in Lou, aren't they?
Hey,
there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
I was going to say the job was a bit, but it's a rude word, so we can't say it.
Yeah.
We're not watershed yet.
A lot of Armitage shankers down there, aren't they?
I'm glad you said it properly.
Yeah, I was very careful.
If you got the last word wrong, it might have
exactly.
been a bit embarrassing.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you been following this Wally the Walrus?
No.
Have you heard of Wally the Walrus?
No.
Oh, so Wally the Walrus. He's basically Walrus just kept appearing places. He just has a great time wherever he goes.
And the ghost line.
Yeah, he just does outrageous stuff. So his latest one is he's basically was spotted aboard a boat that was docked out, and he just basically jumped on it. So it looked like he should be heading for Saint Tropez, they said, as he sits behind the wheel of a pleasure craft. So yeah, he just basically just kept appearing on weird things, and he's done some travelling.
Where was he? Was he in the UK, like the UK coastline to start with, or?
Yeah, this one here is just off Ireland. But he's been seen at like Cornwall and the Isles of Sicily. And
where's
that spotted in Crookhaven.
Where's that, Scott?
West Cork.
Are you sure? Oh, he's gone again. He's gone for another coughing fit. You could tell his hand went up to the throat. Oh no, he's gone. Oh, he's back. He's had a quick spitting Dutch sawdust, and he's back.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? But so it's Crookhaven, just off West Cork. It says a lot of people have been following his adventures with interest, but he struggled a bit with the etiquette of how to interact with his new home, and he left destruction in his efforts to settle in.
No, that's not good, is it?
I mean, to be fair, he weighs around 2,000 pounds, so I imagine it's quite hard for him to be gracious by doing things like that.
Yeah.
Like jumping around a boat. I mean, and he's got those big tusks coming out. I mean, they can't do very well.
He must be. Oh, he's a proper walrus then.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, strange. It's proper stuff.
I'll have a Google because I haven't seen it now.
One of the fake things right here.
No, right. John's just give you a little tip there. He said training for the comedy show is fun, but if you go in prepared for week one, it's a real advantage. You only need a line or two, not too much.
Oh, I've got a bit of a story lined up, but it will obviously be a lot of adapting going on along the way.
NMS is concerned for your health. She's asking, are you sure it's just a cough?
Yes, I'm sure it's just a cough. Don't worry. But yeah, so should be able to see a little bit on here about the walrus.
Oh yeah, there he is. I can see him. Can't see it very well, but I can see it. Let's put it on big screen and see what that does.
So
yeah,
there he is. There's the walrus, living life, just chilling.
I mean, if he's getting on your boat, he's getting on your boat, isn't he?
Yeah, there's no stopping him, is there?
No.
You know what I mean? You're not stopping out there. But yeah, you can see on this photo there, he's just chillaxing. Look at him. Just having a great time.
Fair play to him. I feel for these animals because when these animals do these things, I often think to myself, we don't even make the effort to try and name them, do we? Now, Wally the Walrus.
It's called Wally.
Yeah, exactly. Wally the Walrus. Good evening, Amy. How's your first day as a student nurse this week? Yeah. Amy, there.
Definitely, Amy. Let us know how that's gone.
Yeah. You've
And
got
also,
people,
great work on getting into
Yeah,
extreme nursing.
there's people on here tonight who may be able to help you if you need any pointers. Amy's first day today, I believe.
Yeah, so there we
Wally
go. Faye says Wally the Walrus was here for a while before he went to the Sicilies.
Silly Oz. So he was down in sort of Devon, Cornwall, then I assume. That's what he's saying. Face is down in Crantock in Devon. So he was in that area, obviously.
There we go.
Happy days.
But yeah, nice. Yeah, I've seen a few things where he's been. It's nice to follow his adventures. Now, another thing, I was going to bring this up with my dating news. But a guy has gone quite viral with his Tinder profile. So, I'm just wondering, is this the sort of guy that I could follow, take example from?
Okay.
So what he basically did was when on his Tinder profile, he wrote a set of rules that the girls must be to his standards. So basically, he said the girls, they must be blonde or brunette, fit and toned, and go to the gym more than twice weekly. Be no more than 5'6" and no less than 5'2" in height. Be available at all times. Give good something, I can't say, and call me anything that I want. Be able to cook and clean. Be a non-smoker, non-alcoholic, and no druggies. Devote as much of your time to him as possible. Need a steady income of $70,000. Have own apartment that you can crash at and occasionally, and you must not approach other men, smoke, drink, or do drugs, or go to a club or have a girls' night. Now, if you fit that criteria, he's happy for you to swipe right. But if you don't, he will not settle for anything else.
Blimey, he wants a subdominant woman there, doesn't he? He wants a woman that just does everything he says. Good luck at that. Don't put your advert out in Kiddie, because that ain't happening.
I just, he's either had enough women that he's just like, right, if I'm going to settle down, it's going to be, I've done my time, I'm going to settle down, it's going to be worth it. But I don't see many girls wanting to put up with all those rules.
I can't see. But he might get one or two. There are some women with those sort of wants, I'm sure, aren't there? They've got to be. Yeah, but have you got a Tinder profile, Scott? Have you?
Nah, I don't think Tinder's for me.
That's not your dating profile for this show, is it? That's not what you just read out, and you're just testing us to see if that's what. And your reaction will be if I read out what I've put for the show. Is that what you've done here? You're just using us and pretending it's not. My mate has posted this. Is that what's happening here?
And I'm looking for the reactions and see whether I leave it on. We'll take it off.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of talk going on with Amy about where her placement is. But Martin says, sure, he will get a few. I mean, if the women that take up that, they're probably going to be just as bad as him by the sound of it.
I was going to say those sort of women wouldn't be on the average bloke to look at, would they? So I'd imagine there probably is, though, isn't there? Because they're out there, aren't they? We've all got different tastes and needs.
Yeah. And he's basically looking for a fit nun.
A fit nun. She'd tell him to sex and travel, pal. That's if I was on such a site.
Yeah.
They've gone on posh. NMS has gone on posh. Look at it. That's if I was on such a site, obviously.
One would tell one sex and travel pit if I was on one site.
If one could bother to setting up a profile on one site, if I was on such a site, then I would tell him where to go. That's for sure.
Come on, Charlie.
Yeah.
But so is anybody watching been on dating sites online and got any stories from them? I've heard of a few horror stories in the past.
I have used them in the past. I haven't really had any major horror stories, to be fair, but I found them very, very frustrating many years ago. Very frustrating place. Again, he's put his criteria. In my experience, women would often have not that extreme, to be fair, but they would have set criteria, and that's what was frustrating for me. Was what the days of just going out, would you like to go for a drink and things evolving, were gone. It was almost like every text you sent equated to 1 year's marriage. You know, it was like, oh, we've known each other for 3 years. Oh, well, 2 texts, like dog life texting. You know, like every text equated to 7 years, and by text 7, you should know them off by heart and be asking them to move in. Yeah, the women tended to have some criteria, which just for me was just like so fake and horrible. It wasn't good at all.
Yeah, that's sounds a bit weird.
Yeah, it was. Posh for I do a posh for Amy. By the way, Amy's there. Amy works at same school as I do. Her husband is also in the Murmur and the Independents. If you're into your modern music, live bands in the local Kidderminster, Worcestershire area. And Andrew, he's the bass player. But yeah, Amy is works at the same school as myself as well as the student nurse, and she's just started. So obviously that would be her priority. So fair play to her. You could do the posh voice. Yeah, I do the posh voice at work sometimes because it fits. It fits.
I bet you put on all the time you pretend to be posh when you work.
I am posh, to be fair. You know, underneath this exterior, there is a very, very. I think the Duke of Kidderminster is sort of where I fit, really.
To be fair, when the first time I met you, I did think surely he's like a royal blood like this. Yeah,
I am the Duke of Kidderminster. That's without a doubt. I have probably got some blue blood in me. Not Birmingham City, obviously, but royalty. That would be it. Mm.
Yeah, nobody deserves to have a Birmingham City blood in them.
No, not at all. No. Nice to see Lockie on tonight. Good evening, Martin. Been a while, I think, since we've seen you. Certainly heard from you. I know a lot of people sit and watch in the background. Oh, we were going to ask people tonight, Scott, weren't we? And we've only got 15 minutes left.
Oh, yes, this is true. We were. Yeah.
So, over the last couple of weeks, Scott and I have probably quite openly at times talked about how we were going to go away and come back with some new news about the show and things. And we haven't managed to do that because both of us have been very busy with all the things that we both have going on, which is nice. Top's nice to be busy. But we'd like your input into any ideas of things or segments or sections or something you'd like to see in the hour on a Monday night. We're really conscious it's just Scott and I babbling on, which is great fun, and we do really, really enjoy it. But we'd like your input into maybe 10-minute sections, 50-minute, Scott, sort of things that maybe you'd like to see in the show. Things I don't know, like we used to have the reviewing thing, but that gets, that's done its time. Scott did his T-shirts, but he's run out of T-shirts. So we'd just like to break it up a bit for you guys rather than you listening to us randomly waffling, hoping you're having a good evening with us, because we do enjoy doing it. So yes, if you've got anything you want to put in the comments or message Scott and I of things, ideas that you think we could do, then please do that, because we'd like to just give the show. We're giving the show a bit of a revamp anyway, aren't we, Scott?
Yes, we're gonna new branding.
It's having a rebranding. Yeah,
change the name a little bit.
Yeah,
but it'll still be the two good-looking blokes on there, so that's going to stay the same. But yeah, anything you want to see, maybe Andy and Drag for the last 10 minutes of the show, we can do that. If that's what you want to see. Yeah, get some ideas. And we're going to be brainstorming as well, so we're not just asking you to put on the show, we're going to put our ideas in, but it'd be good to hear what sort of things you like. So even if you're not entirely sure on something, let us know. If any of you want to have a segment on the show where, some like John, who's like got a lot of his poetry, might like to come on every so often and, read a bit of the poetry out, for 5 minutes, anything like that. And then you want to showcase that you do, then let us know. We can have you on the show, even if it's the one-off. We can have a section where we have, different people each week come on and show off something they're doing. We'll talk about something they're doing for 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
anything like that, just let us know.
Yeah, people got things they want to share, or they want, even if they do have a little hobby that, I don't know, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, they paint portraits of pets or something, and you want to come on 5 minutes and just promote yourself for 5 minutes and show some portraits. as Scott said, we're rebranding, so we're taking off the UMAT a bit and all this sort of thing, and so we just want your ideas as well to help us make it a nice community show and something we can spread out.
Definitely. Well,
these labels and knitting.
Yeah. So we can have face on talking about his cheese labels and knitting if he wants.
Yeah. And his Royal review, as seen as you've got royal blood in your mouth. Yeah, I could review the Royals. Wouldn't be a very long review, but I could do it.
Go for it. NMS says that's a brilliant idea. Not sure which bit you're referring to, but yeah, it was all brilliant ideas. It was all great stuff. John says product reviews were good and guests to make a change. Poetry from prison. Lots of fun, I think. But do others agree? I'm open to help in any way that I can. Yep. I mean, yeah, John, any sort of poetry thing you'd like to come on, if you even if it's just promote what you do a little bit, you come on for 5 minutes and, give a sort of example of stuff that you're giving out. And then people might see it and want to support you in what you do. So those that don't know John, he does some great stuff in the community. He visits prisons, normally because he's done something wrong and he's ordered to, but occasionally he goes voluntary. And he does like a lot of poetry and that. I believe, John, you have been setting your own sort of videos, haven't you? So if you've got a channel or if you post your stuff, just pop it in and we'll let everyone know. But yeah, anything you want to promote yourselves, let us know. We'll bring it in.
Yeah, Rachel's just thrown some things in, so no doubt she'll give me a list behind the scenes. Could do a local history corner. We could do some stuff like that. Poetry in prison sounds like an Alan Partridge idea. It does, Daggy, to be fair. Book recommendations. Yeah, I think we want the whole vibe to be really positive, really fun, upbeat, don't we, Scott? And I think we're just mindful that you and I waffle a bit sometimes, and the ideas do get a bit dry. So, any ideas you've got? I think all those, actually, the poetry one, I think would be great. Some of John's poetry. We could do fascinating facts of local towns.
Yeah, that's fine. And we want to make if there's any videos where we can sort of play videos on. So if everybody's got anything they want to sort of broadcast as a video, we can sort of play stuff on that for you. It's just break things up. So we will obviously be doing things as well. But yeah, if there's videos or things that people want to see, if you want to pre-record a video to put on instead of coming on live, we can do that. It means me and Andy can have a bit of a break during it.
Yeah, because obviously you've got you can do it all on your phone these days. Scott did the one when he climbed up the Pepsi Max, or the big one at Blackpool. You did that. I make 1 minute videos on YouTube and social media for positivity and taking your life forward. So all that sort of stuff. So you can do it on your phone. You can do a 30-second video of something you've done, somewhere you are, something you're doing, like Scott did is climb to the top of the big one in Blackpool. If you're doing something a bit way out there, something out your comfort zone, something inspiring, something just fun, something funny, stick it on your phone and send Scott the video and he'll magically make it appear on here.
Yeah, like zip wires, anything like that. If you're doing something, even if you might not think it's a big thing, if it's something that was big for you, let us know. We want to see it. We want to see you doing it.
Absolutely, yeah. And then people can put their, might want to go and do it themselves. Face painting. Yes, Amy does the face painting at school when those times arise. Face no, thank you. Face no, thank you. That'll be great. Talk about coping tools for anxiety. We can talk about anything really, Amy. And I think rather than us giving you sort of tools for anxiety, maybe people could share the practices that they do rather than it becoming a medical therapeutical thing. It'd be just how do we all cope with the day-to-day. So we could certainly have a segment in the show without going too depressing about what do people do day to day. Certainly we could have some minutes around that. That's not a problem at all, Amy.
That's it. Martin says, I can remember the one show you guys did. You did childhood cartoons, songs, etc. Yeah. I was good to remember in the old days. I think the problem with that is everything was coming from the 80s. And I didn't know any of them. If I remember.
Yeah, and didn't that start with my arm, didn't it, really? I think it started with all the tattoos I've got on my arm, Lockie, which obviously will always be there, so I'm going to remember them.
Then the flam flinger came up.
Yeah. There we go. There's a great conversation start. They've only got 9 minutes. Can we talk about whether it's Jam first? And I think that was why they cancelled the Devon and Cornwall festival, wasn't it, this week? I noticed last minute because they couldn't decide to whether to have the Jam or Cream on first. So that was why they had to cancel the festival. It was just one of those things.
Is that actually true? They cancelled the festival.
About the Jam and Cream on a scone, so it was related to scones, Scott.
Okay.
So they cancelled the festival because they couldn't decide whether to have Jam or Cream on first.
Right, now I get it. Sorry, that just gone over my head.
Yeah, see, you need to pick these up, Scott, because you might need these in 6-8 weeks' time.
Yeah. Oh, I'll say it again, Andy. It would have gone over my head.
It's gone over your head. Oh, it's gone me as well, hasn't it? Oh, cool, blimey. Hey?
See, I didn't get the joke, but I made another joke out of it. But then you didn't get the joke that I made out of not getting your joke.
And that's why we work so well together. That's why we're
Mind
Face, you're a local down there. Now, what is your preference? Rachel Woods has just written I'm.
Just I'm. Brilliant.
Yeah. NMS just let you know they've taken gullible out the dictionary this week. I noticed. I saw it on the telly, on the news.
Have they really?
If they have, Scott, yeah. Amy, you're more than welcome. You don't even have to come to have a chat if you're happy to share it with all these people. Scott literally would send you a link. You don't even have to sign in. You don't have to set up any accounts. Scott literally would send you a link. You click on it, and then Scott lets you in the studio. There's nothing about setting up accounts. It's not Zoom-esque. You don't have to click on emails. We literally send you a Facebook message with a link in. You click on it, and you appear on the screen when Scott lets you. So that's exactly how it works. It's simple.
Actually, we do all the work, so you don't have to.
Yeah, we take all the pinch points out. To be fair, Scott does all the work, so you don't have to. So we take the pinch points out, send you a link, you click it, and you're here. And that's exactly all you have to do. Fantastic. So, Face, we need to know what your preference is. Is it cream or jam first? It's a big one there.
Face is the expert. Come on.
Yeah, NMS is going jam. But you're
I've
welcome.
never really thought about it.
We could talk offline, Amy, about anything you want to talk about. John, I like your prison history, famous inmates. I love that idea. I was very much many years ago into prison life history reading of. I got rid of loads and loads of books in the last 18 months and charity, but I was very much into that. I have got a drawing by Charles Bronson downstairs, a genuine drawing of Jack the Hat McVitie downstairs in my. In fact, it's not downstairs; it's on the wall out there now. What we got? Jam first. Face is going jam first. Amy's gone cream first.
See, do you know what I'd go for? Whichever was closest to me would go first.
Well, it's quite weird because I'd never had a proper cream tea. And when I did have one, I tried them both. And I've got to be honest, the cream first was my preferred, but I don't really know why.
Does it taste the same? Because like, it's, at the end of the day, you're still having all the same stuff.
So she's getting really aggy under my leg. Yes, John, I was led. I had all the Craze books. In fact, I've still got some signed by the Craze books up there. I've got Roy Shaw. I've got loads of criminal books up there, that autobiographies and things. Some signed Cray ones as well. Yeah, I had loads and loads at one point, but I got rid of them because they were just clogging up space. But yeah,
there we go. So yeah, thanks for all your suggestions. We'll take that in, and yeah, Amy will speak to you about joining the show.
Yeah,
at some point, and get you on and have a chat. Also, again, if anyone knows of any good guests, we do like to try and keep as many local as we can. We've got a few that we can talk to get guests on. But if you know of anyone, and you can contact anyone who would like to come on, like I said, it doesn't have to be anyone that's. Oh, I know it could be someone that owns, a local business or does something in the local community, and just want to come on and talk about how they sort of, get involved in Kidderminster area and stuff. Bit of promotion, come on, even if it's for a 5-10 minute chat.
Yeah, even if you've got things going on that you want to promote, just tell us and we'll promote them. We're not privy to not telling people about things as long as they're above board and legal and all that malarkey. If you've got something you're organising or going on and you want people to know about it, let us know. Yeah,
definitely. We'll try and see if we can get Harry's manager Russ Penn on again for maybe another 10-minute catch up. See if how the season's going so far.
Yeah, that was one of my favourites. I enjoyed that interview. It was good. That was.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, in the past we have had guests on for like the whole show or 45 minutes, but it doesn't always have to be that. It could be they just want to come on for 10 minutes and have a chat. Let's go for it.
Yeah, and again, John, I was going to say, John, I'm sure you've got contacts now in the prison world of people that maybe, if they're legally allowed, to come and just give us some, especially guys that have turned their lives around, maybe, and have really got something positive to say. That would be amazing. I'd love that. To have people that have been there, done it, but have turned their lives around and made something out of it, or helping them, whatever it might be. But yeah, John, great idea. Faces organising a tobacco run with Del Boy. Lukey Boy, we've had him on, haven't we? The darts, he was a good lad as well.
Again, we can, also have a quick catch up, see how he's getting on.
Yeah.
I know how he's getting on, but we can always talk to him about it.
Yeah, you might have some more inside information for me. Rachel's just mentioned there, we're talking promotion. If you're my friend on Facebook and things, you will have seen me sharing a gig on September the 18th at Cuckley Memorial Village Hall for Tungy's Memorial. Stu Tung, who touched the lives of many over many years. One of the lads, if you like, if that's what you want to call it. He unfortunately took his own life on January the 1st this year. So there's a memorial gig. The GTs are playing a great mods-esque band. And Gordy, DJ, is doing a set as well. That will run from 6 p.m. Tickets are £10 each from Cuckley Club if you want them. It's also in aid of, not in aid of, but to raise awareness of mental ill health and suicide prevention based on the fact that obviously it's a memorial to Stu. So not only have you got the bands and DJ Gordy, then Andy Leake, the gobshite, will also be having the mic in hand to blurt out my thoughts about what we need to do about mental health. So it's going to be a great night. It's not just a celebration. It is a celebration, obviously, but it's also going to be a gig with a purpose where we're going to just make it okay to talk about. Cheers, Scott. That's really good of you. Thank you very much. There it is. Tungy's memorial gig. It's been organised by a couple of his friends. Who one in particular who's actually going to go and get up and do a little bit of speech about his past and how he's dealt with stuff. Saturday 18th September, Cuckley Playing Fields. It's in a marquee, live band, Gordy on DJ, me with a microphone. I'll be talking to one or two others who've had their own journeys as well. It's all about making it normal to talk about this stuff. So I don't want to take people down the drive, but it's really important that we start talking about this stuff. And if we can save one, then that's good enough for me. We can't save more, but if we can use Tungy's memory to start making it more open and more honest and people talking about it, male, female, kids, old, whatever, then this is the gig to come and start doing that. No, I'm not saying you've got to get up and talk, but you'll hear it. Perhaps ram down your throat a little bit of this gig, to be honest. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that.
Right, yeah, so get along with support. Unfortunately, Andy, I'll just check my dates. I'm DJing that night.
Yeah.
But if anyone's free, get so long. It'll be a great night regardless, and then you'll be raising money also for great cause and that. So it's a win-win for everyone.
It is a win-win. It's all about, for me, it's about getting that message out. We've got to start making this shit normal. So talking about it normal, I should say. So good night, Abby. Thank you for reminding me, Rach, and thank you for putting that up, Scott.
No worries. And so if anyone does need any more details, just check Andy's Facebook.
Yeah.
He has put it on there, and I'm sure he'll put it on there a few more times as well. Leading up to it. So get your information from there. But it is £10 a ticket.
It is £10 ticket. If you can't get to Cuckley, so I am going down there next Saturday morning. I'd rather not, but if you can't genuinely get to Cuckley and you want a ticket, send me a message or drop me the money round in Kidderminster and I'll get you a ticket while I'm down there.
There we go. Well, unfortunately, that brings us to the end of tonight's show. But once again, thank you everyone for joining us. To everyone that's put your comments in. It's you guys that make the show. We're just the good-looking faces of the show. So it's you guys that bring the content.
Yeah.
But it's a good night from me, and thanks again. Have a great rest of the week. I'm signing off.
And mate, and I'll come with you. I'm going that way, because if I go that way, I'll bang into you. I'm going to go that way.
You go that way. I'll go that way.
All right. See you later. Ta-ra.
See you later. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.